Dr. Meyer here. I'm partners with Dr. Fogarty. We've been seeing some amazing recoveries with the hyperbarics and the purple powder. Spencer is an 11-year-old that comes from northeast Iowa. He suffers with a cerebral palsy, so that's a birth-related injury where there is lack of oxygen for a period of time to the brain. And that oftentimes develops into a lot of delays, and it can be motor delays, speech delays, and educational developmental delay, those kinds of things. And his parents brought him over. This is about 4 weeks ago and 6 weeks ago, and they have started, I think he's in between about 20 and 30 treatments right now. And the young man came in largely nonverbal. He would kind of make noises, but a lot of words were not, you couldn't decipher what he was saying exactly. And then he also came in with a walker that he kind of had to use his upper body to move himself, and his lower body would just drag. You know, you're thinking 11 years into this injury, how much recovery could we really see? How much of that brain tissue, that nerve tissue is recoverable? And this is some of the miracles that we see with the hyperbarics. Dr. Paul Harch has been seeing for years down at LSU in New Orleans that it's just a blessing. If I hadn't met Dr. Fogarty, the chances are this young man right now wouldn't have heard of the hyperbarics and the hyperbaric healing stories we've seen. I actually have brought in a special guest with me. Lindsey is on our team here. She's our PharmD that's in the Aeronautix Clinic, and Spencer has taken a special liking to Lindsey, and she sees these changes on a day-to-day basis, and I'm just going to put her on to share what she's seeing. This is Lindsey.
Hello.
Excellent.
Hi,
Lindsey.
With Spencer, the main thing that really was surprising at first with him is that when we started to actually unzip him from the chamber, he would say, "Oh, no," because he didn't want to get out of the chamber. So he started to actually really enjoy being in the chamber. And then the newest update as of yesterday was that he didn't want to wait for us to get blood pressure done for his dad. He wanted to climb in the chamber by himself. And so we used to do a 2-person lift to get him in the chamber. And yesterday he was ready to crawl in pretty much by himself. So that's been quite amazing. And some of the changes his dad has noted is when he was doing exercises in the morning, his dad would lift his leg towards his chest and then move it outward. And that Spencer has started to actually do that on his own, and his range of motion is getting a lot better. So that's been amazing. And his strength in his legs when his dad has to get him in and out of the vehicle is greatly improving as well. So,
what about some of his vocabulary?
He actually will say Katie and my name. And he, in the chamber, is talking a lot more with his dad. And every time he comes, he asks us for pizza and thinks that it's funny to repeat pizza a whole lot. So that's really cool, too, because he's starting to talk to us about some of the food that he likes. So he's starting to get a relationship with us, too. So that's really exciting.
I have a question for you, Lindsey. What is it that you do there at the clinic?
Right now, I'm doing most of the chamber nursing staff. In the future, I'm going to be working with our functional medicine doctor because the functional medicine and then heal you from way back to the very start. So instead of saying, here's a medicine to heal your blood pressure, we're going to go back to the very beginning and say, where did this blood pressure problem arise and what can we do to fix it from a only medication perspective.
So the cool part of it is how the hyperbarics for people that have been struggling with so many chronic diseases, it gives them a leg up pretty quickly, and they start to see some improvements on a lot of these chronic diseases. And then, you can incorporate some other holistic homeopathic measures that are outside of sometimes the conventional realm, which is just putting a Band-Aid on things. That's what we look to do. So, but she is one of our lead gals in the hyperbarics, doing amazing things, developing relationships with these patients, and seeing some miracles almost every day. making people aware that hyperbarics are good for so much, including brain injury, giving hope to parents that thought there was nothing else, like Spencer's parents. Now they realize, man, we're going to get a more active Spencer that's more interactive, life-giving, hope-healing hyperbarics.